6,100, 60 pounds, 2015 Passport coming back in on trade here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. One owner, originally sold right here, and pretty much the definition of used but not abused. And in fact, not only did they take care of it, they actually went through and added a couple little upgrades. Previous owners added a power tongue jack on the front here. They are leaving their weight distribution system with this because the new RV that they're purchasing, they're not going to need that. Basically, they're swapping up, upgrading, switching around. So for a first timer, guys, you're gonna have a power tongue jack and a about a $500 worth of hitching equipment there. In addition, for campsite stability, they also went through and added these handy little strong arm stabilizer jacks. So if you've got someone who doesn't feel like getting motion sick and seasick, this would be an awesome option for them. Now, in addition to some of those little extras and add-ons and left-behinds from the previous owners, we'll find more signs of things like that inside. Like, originally this had incandescent bulbs, but it looks like owners went through as they needed to replace some bulbs and put some LEDs in their place where they had to. They didn't go through and clean sweep the camper because some of the bulbs they didn't need to quite yet. We do have central air in the RV. We do have central heat for, keeping you comfortable in the spring, summer, fall. Huge windows here in the slide out, give you lots of light, lots of cross breeze. Simple bifold sleeper sofa and a big U-dinette you can fold down or, sit most of the family all at the same time. Neat idea on those is once everyone's sitting down, put a couple extra little chairs on this side or little stools or something like that, and you can start to really squeeze a bunch of people around. Really fun on family game night that way. Now, if you look above that fridge right there, you see there's an extra little skylight. That's also a vent. So that's kind of pulling double duty. It'll both, exhaust cooking heat as well as just give you some extra lighting. Now, this just came in last night. It is early rainy morning at the time of this filming. We had popped that refrigerator open. We noticed there's a little frost in there, and we grabbed some towels to kind of wipe that out as it defrosted overnight. We didn't want there to be a nasty mold spore farm in your fridge when you took it home, and we caught it, and that didn't happen, thankfully. A little bit of experience here on used RVs kind of coming into play. It's not our first time doing this after all. So, Keystone included the sink covers over here in the kitchen, but the previous owners added that big boxy folding cover to the top of the stove. That'll help with extra prep space as well, because there's just more room for you to, more flat space to utilize in this case. Now, it is centrally floor ducted heating, but you notice that they have those floor vents in areas like in low traffic zones, or no traffic zones, basically, areas that you're not going to stomp on them and smash them and break them. And everything in here looks good. That's the other thing I want to point out, is like, if you look at your seating and your upholstery, they're not all shredded wheat and torn up. There's not like big snags and big, divots on where someone, wore out the cushions or anything like that. The table's not, raked up or big. I'm realizing, actually, I was trying to wave at Tyler over here, but these are tinted windows. And what a good example of the fact that you have privacy in here, because I'm trying to wave at Tyler. He's looking right at me earlier, didn't see us. So you can see out of this camper, but not into it. And that also helps with sun, because it's not going to get too hot that way. Now, we have a dual entry bathroom here with direct entry door. So you do have a deadbolt on that door, by the way, for privacy. So if you are sitting on the toilet, you're not going to have the heart attack of where, like, someone's going to open the door on you and expose you to the neighbors, and you're not going to have a police report filed, and none of that. Basically, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, anyway. Full shower surround paneling. Cute looking shower curtain as well. That's something Keystone's always done. Keystone's always been really good at making just a simple, effective, cute bathroom. From there, moving back into the bunkhouse, what's kind of cool is that this is where the second slide out comes into play. And it gives us the extra space that you're going to want on a rainy day like today, because you can flip that overhead bunk up out of the way. And then down below, you've got a pair of these little ConvertiCube things, and I've got one in the open sleeper position and one in the closed lounge position. And what those will let you do, guys, is give you that daytime sort of campsite space that you're going to want and need for the kiddos. But also, you can see here, lots of windows, and the extra bunk that you get by having a low-profile outside kitchen instead of a high-profile outside kitchen means that you have sleeping and space back here for 5 instead of 4. And we also have a nice little chunk of storage with entertainment hookups actually inside the cabinet. and then they include a nice little eyelet right here to feed some cables up. But notice the little details like the little grommet that they have in here, so that it doesn't look like they just drilled a hole through the top of the counter and then left it, you know. All the windows opening for breeze, and then another of these ventilating skylights back here like you had in the kitchen. Just kind of take it up that extra mile, you know. Now, we already talked about the big cross breeze windows in here, but there are sliding pocket privacy doors on that entertainment center to close off the master bedroom. So we have a real door for the, real doors for the main bed space area. And the TV does swing out for entertainment purposes. So you don't necessarily have to do the 90-degree neck crank because the TV can swing out to you. Now, speaking of entertainment, that was all Keystone's work. But this is an aftermarket upgraded stereo, because this is not the original stereo that's in it. It's actually a higher grade one. Furrion Bluetooth DVD CD stereo has inside and outside speakers. And speaking of that, previous owners went through and actually upgraded the speakers by the main entertainment area. I don't know if they just simply didn't like the sound of the original ones or what, because they didn't indicate there were problems with them. They just indicated that they upgraded them. I asked the previous owner, actually, when I spoke to him last night, I was like, you know, tell me about the history of this camper. How to use it? He goes, well, funniest thing is, you know, it's really clean, and it was easy for us to bring it into you nice and clean like that, because my wife will not let us break camp until everyone pitches in and cleans the camper before we leave. I said, why didn't you ever just clean the camper when you got it home? He said, because my wife is smart, and she knows that if we wait till we get home, then no one's ever going to want to clean it. But we can't leave the campsite until everyone pitches in and cleans the RV, which is a great explanation as to why it's in such nice shape and condition. One quick note, the owners of this RV, they're buying a Jayco Eagle fifth wheel, so they're moving on up. But they're keeping this mattress. What they're doing, though, is they are replacing their aftermarket residential upgraded bed here with a brand new 60 by 80 True Queen bed out of their Eagle fifth wheel. So, you're not seeing it at the time of this filming, but when you take this RV home, you are going to have a brand new, in the shipping plastic, True Queen bed, you know, out of the Jayco RV in this one. And this is a 60 by 80 True Queen, so longer, taller people like me are going to fit comfortably. Now, remember inside there was that, or outside rather, there was that, have we talked about it yet? I don't always shoot these segments in order. So outside of the RV, pardon me, you're going to see that there's a little divot in the fiberglass out here, and we'll zoom right in so you can see it out there. But I wanted to demonstrate that there is nothing wet, nothing damaged. There's no water penetration. There's no leak or anything like that. It's a pure exterior just ding, effectively. Roughly, I guess you could call it the equivalent of a little dent on a bumper if you were buying a used car. Kind of the same thing, really. It doesn't stop you from buying the used car. It's purely cosmetic. I don't really think it should stop you from buying this. But it's there. You deserve to know about it, and I'm not going to hide things from folks. That's just not how we do business at Haylet RV. And before we finish up, a quick look at her in travel mode, so you get to see what it's like heading down the road. Now, a lot of floor plans, like this one, when you close the slides, you can't get through them. And I'm not going to say it's the easiest thing, but you can barely squeeze kind of through there a little bit. If you're a little bit bigger, you might not be able to fit. The kids should be able to get back into the bunkhouse, though. Even though we can't open that bathroom door due to the extra deep 42-inch deep dinette slide right here, you can get into the bathroom on the road via the outside door. So it's not the most easily accessible, and maybe you'll need a little bit of the kids' help to get stuff packed back into the bunkhouse, but the fact is you can get through this one in its entirety in one form or another without bumping the slide outs, which is pretty darn handy. Back outside here, I might have to kind of jump around a little bit. It is raining right now, and I don't want to leave things like this baggage door open while I just trounce around the outside of it. So take a look through here. What is nice is you get to see that really big front pass-through compartment, and over there, that is the hitch that is included with this camper, because once again, the previous owners are leaving their hitch behind. Now, another little neat thing in this, because Passports, they're simple but effective, but they're really smart. Like, they will take preventative measures, like the little sealed edges on those big hinges on that baggage door to keep them from getting, you know, sprung if water gets on them and then freezes. But I want to draw your attention to the awning, or as it were, awnings, plural. Because if you notice, they actually add a second power awning on the back of this, and they're both easy tilt with LED lighting. So, you push, you know, they each have their own buttons, but you push a button, then you can tilt the arms opposite ways, and even on a rainy day, you can effectively have like a rain dome above you. So, on a day like today, if you got a big bunkhouse like this, it's probably because you got, you know, a bunch of kids running around. You're going to appreciate having the extra space on that patio back there. And you have a door that clearly covers both entry doors, pardon me, an awning that clearly covers both entry doors that way. The only real significant blemish I've located on the outside, and I always try to be fair, and it appears to be nothing more than cosmetic, and ooh, we got some lightning up in the clouds, and I'm holding an umbrella. We might have to pick up the pace here. I don't even know how well it translates into video, but there's a little dent up at the top radius of that fiberglass. It doesn't appear to be impact damage from like a tree branch or anything because there's no scratches there. So I'm honestly wondering if they just hit a bird, because it was one of those things where previous owners were just driving around one day, looked up and went, whoa, what happened there? Where'd that come from? They never really were aware of anything that happened, but it doesn't appear to be a problem. There's no seam failures or damage as a result around it. Whole thing rides on a different chassis. It's a lighter weight huck bolted frame. It's a Z chassis basically. It is lighter but stronger, and it's actually the exact same chassis that's under that really high class Winnebago right there. You find it a more entry level laminated product here. But again, that's what I like about Passports. They are quality. They are simple, but they are quality. We already talked about the power jack upgrade. The hitch included, the stabilizer jacks, you know, added to this for the campsite stability. Outside utility shower here. This does have, what am I wanting to say here? I'm trying not to get electrocuted with the lightning, and I'm walking between units, so my train of thought is a little derailed. It does have a heated, enclosed underbelly. Those were the words I was looking for right there. I was up on the roof of that Prowler next to this one, since it does not have a ladder on the back, and I was looking around at the seals on top, and they look like original factory seals. They're okay. I think within a year though, well, right now a couple of them, like around the bathroom skylight, it needs a little touch-up bead. It's okay. It's not leaking, but in, you know, a year or so, being left as it is, it's probably going to start to be a problem. But it's still at the stage where everything would be preventative. Now, I definitely don't want to leave this open longer than I have to, but we got a little break in the raindrops right now. This does have a low-profile outside kitchen, which is cool because it allows for the inclusion of an extra bunk inside. And that's one of the things on the 3220s that has 4 bunks. Well, really sleeping for 5, because one of those bunks is those big convertible fold-out futon cube things. And then notice down here you do have wing-out countertops, and you have those on both sides of this outside kitchen, so that you do have, you know, really decent prep space out here, even in a smaller kitchenette.
Bonus footage!
The rain quit. I had a chance to come out here after they moved the trailer and get the awnings open. And with the dual power awnings, I just really wanted you guys to see what I was talking about, because I can talk about it all day, but it's different from seeing it. So you've got a normal, you know, big patio awning over the main entry door right here. But then as we take note, there's a full second power awning above the outside kitchen entry door, or outside kitchen door, and the bathroom entry door. Kind of combine the two there. Now, of course, there's got to be a tiny gap between them for the hardware, but overall, you've got pretty much full patio coverage right here. And again, these awnings are easy tilt arms. It literally only takes 2 fingers. If you do want to put a pitch to this, that's all it takes, guys. Now, if you leave it pitched like that so that you get some rainy day runoff, and you try to close the awning, it's not going to smash anything. The awning will self-correct as it closes, so you can't break it. So there you go. Enjoy a little bonus footage from us here today at Haylett RV, and give us a call, guys. I don't think this one's going to last too long. She's clean, she's right, she's light. I don't know what else there is to say. It's all good.
Bonus footage!
I also noticed that we had swapped the mattress out, as described earlier in the video. So again, brand new mattress, new in the wrapper, as the salesman-y phrase goes. But just to let you know, brand new mattress in a used RV, you're not going to be sleeping on someone else's bed. And I swear, This time I'm done.